So the dream team for Super Rugby round 13. Fortunately this week I got a wee bit more time to go through things than last week. So yeah, a few good performers out there and a few tough calls, a few easy ones, and yeah, let's have a look and see how it goes. First one in the props. I believe this is his first time on the board. Jeff Tumunga-Allen from the Hurricanes. 4 runs and 17 metres is a pretty good return for a prop. Beat 5 defenders, which is impressive. 14 from 14 tackles. Was not penalised at all during the game, and generally that scrum of the Hurricanes was looking pretty solid. So yeah, good effort from him. He's been a bit, I guess, maligned a bit in the last few years, but he's definitely having a decent season this year. Next guy who's also having a good season, Trevor Nyakane from the Bulls. He got a try assist, which is not all that common for a prop. 5 runs for apparently 1 metre according to ESPN, which is, how do you do that? But 11 from 11 tackles, also did not give away any penalties. I'm sure they would have liked the scrum to be operating a bit better than it did, but other than that, I think he was pretty solid. Next, it always seems to be the Lions on here, even when there's no Malcolm Marx. Robbie Coetzee from the Lions, 2 tries. The way they set up that maul just seems to be putting the ball right into the hooker's hands to dot it down. 2 passes and 7 runs, so he's a guy who likes to put his head down. 14 metres for those runs, so about 2 metres per pop. 8 out of 10 tackles, and the line-out was operating at 100%. So, yeah, very early on in the season there was a few issues with that against some of the tall timber, but I think it was the Sharks. But yeah, it's kind of come good, so we'll see if they can improve the results other than just the line-outs. Right, next, I'm not sure what the latest update is with his injury, but Ludiaga certainly had a good game. 1 try, 5 line-outs, 1 line-out steal, 7 runs, 12 metres, 14 out of 16 tackles, just having a great season overall. Latest news about, I think, is his pectoral muscle, possibly season ending, possibly end of his year. So yeah, I didn't read any news today. I read it yesterday, but it was still kind of unconfirmed, so we'll see how things go with that. Next, another South African lock, but playing for a non-South African team, is Grant Hadding from the Sunwolves. I said in the preview of the Sunwolves preview a long time ago that I thought if the Sunwolves were going to go places, he was going to have to be a big man for them, because he is their one out and out genuine tall timber lock, and he's not even 2.06 or anything. He's floating around 2 metres. But for the Sunwolves, he is by far their in terms of just body size, their biggest lock. He got a try, 11 runs, 23 metres. 9 out of 11 tackles, took 6 line-out takes. The line-out was operating really poorly for the first half of the Sunwolves season. Now that it's come right, I think it's going to have a better effect on their results overall, because if you can't win your own line-out ball, you are really putting yourself under a lot of pressure. So yeah, he's had a good couple of weeks, and may it continue. Next, it's being talked about in possible All Blacks contention, often overlooked. Luke Whitelock from the Highlanders, he got a try, 13 passes and 17 runs, so he's not just putting his head down and he's not just shoveling it, he's got a good balance there. 48 metres, which is impressive, because he's not really known as like an Ardie Savia kind of running loose forward. 3 defenders beaten, 2 offloads, 17 out of 19 tackles, that's what he's known for. But yeah, we've seen in this most recent game that he's kind of got more than just an engine for tackling, so yeah, good on him. Next, from the Hurricanes, Gareth Evans. He had a really good game, 1 try, which was just smart heads-up play. Penalty a few metres out. Blues players just turn their back and jog back to the line. He takes a quick tap and over for the score. At a time when the game was far from in the bag for the Hurricanes, so yeah, very, very smart play. 12 runs, 19 metres, 1 line-out steal, and 7 from 7 tackles. Just all-round good performance from him. and like I said, pretty smart. Tom Cusack from the Brumbies also gets a spot here, despite the team having a loss. He was kind of all over the park. 1 try, 1 try assist, was taking high balls, 7 runs, 35 metres, 9 out of 11 tackles. Hopefully we get to see a bit more of him before the end of the season, because he's kind of been in and out thus far. Certainly has the potential, and from interviews I've seen with him, he certainly has the drive to kind of improve. Scrum half, I have gone with Ruru from the Rebels, Michael Ruru. So 78 passes, which is pretty massive, 9 runs, so he did take the ball to the line from time to time. Made 10 metres, 5 out of 6 tackles, but key point is 2 try assists. A thing with the Rebels is you worry without Guinea how they're going to go. They need him to step up to the plate when Guinea is out, because he has missed a few games this season, and it was only against the Brumbies in this game, but if he can improve against some of the tougher teams, then that might put the Rebels in better stead going forward, because they have looked pretty reliant on Guinea so far. Next, gone with Hayden Parker at fly half from the Sunwolves. Scored a whole lot of points, did Hayden Parker. He got a try, 5 conversions, 7 penalties. So that's 12 kicks at goal, 100%. 19 passes, 7 runs, made 30 metres, a line break, and 9 from 12 tackles. His tackling is not always the best, because he's not the biggest guy, but 9 from 12 is a pretty good effort against some pretty big Reds players. So, yeah, if he can keep playing like that, I think he's probably the first choice ahead of Utamura for sure. Next, in the midfield, possibly my Blues tinted glasses here, Sonny Bill Williams. His stats aren't astonishing, or a try assist, 7 passes, 2 offloads, 11 runs, 39 metres. But key point is like 2 line breaks created and 5 out of 5 tackles. So the Blues midfield just looked better with him in it. I think he adds something that perhaps Rico wasn't giving at 12 when he played there. And it's just the ability to draw an extra man and then to offload, which sets up another player to do the business. So the Blues have got this weapon. They need to try and make use of it. If he stays fit, then he can be good. So we'll see how he keeps going. He's more in this team for his overall just added attacking threat that the Blues look to have with him in the team, more than just kind of like he had a heap of good stats. Next, Jesse Creel from the Bulls. He's really starting to find his peak form, which is great for the Springboks coming into June. He had a try assist, which was just super smart. 9 passes, 11 runs, so a good bit of variation. 117 run meters, 7 from 9 tackles. If this form continues, then watch out England, because he wasn't in the best form at the start of the season. He was okay, but now he's actually really showing us what he can do. Another Bulls player who's having a really good season is Warwick, if he stays on the board. Warwick Halant. He's really putting himself in the Springboks conversation as well as kind of first choice fullback based on form. He also had a try assist, 16 runs, 117 metres, 4 line breaks, 4 defenders beaten, 1 offload, 3 from 3 tackles. Just really, really impressive from Warwick Halant. If this keeps going, I don't see anybody putting him out of a job at 15 for the Springboks. He's only 22. I think this is the time to kind of give him a bit more game time. Next, there was only going to be one choice from the Sunwolves, was Jose Salmaki. 3 tries, 8 runs, 63 metres, 2 line breaks, 3 defenders beaten, 4 from 5 tackles. Hat trick of tries. He's the Sunwolves' top try scorer. When he's in full flight, he looks dangerous. He can definitely beat a man. So it's just great stuff to see for Super Rugby. And for the Sunwolves, more from him, please. Lastly, Waisaki Naholo from the Highlanders. He got a try, 82 run meters, a massive 9 defenders beaten, 14 runs, only 2 from 4 tackles. But when you beat 9 defenders, that still puts him in kind of a good balance of what he's contributed to the team. So that is the team. Pretty impressive, I think, from most of the guys on the board. Of course, as always, there are guys who could have been here. A fair few outside backs this week who really impressed, as well as midfielders. Other positions probably not quite as clear cut, but yeah, that's what I think. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, and I will be looking at, hopefully in the next few days, some Springbok, Wallaby and All Black squads for the upcoming June tests, because that's a bit of interesting selections to come forward. Alright guys, I'll talk to you again soon. See ya.